Hey guys, what's up? It's Phil. We're live back again, and happy to be live again with you. In the last live stream, play some music, play some sounds that I like, and got copyright strikes, which is awesome. Which is also something that I can do it because I know that that's what's gonna happen. And today's stream, I'm gonna just tell you guys what happened because trying to stay consistent is 2 days away from my work to start, and I have no time to do streams when I start my work. Probably because the boss asked me to demand each second of my personal time to the work, but yeah, I will not obey that. I will leave my some personal space for myself because I feel like that's something that I really need. And today, just want to connect back with you guys again and pick up the consistency streak today again. Feel like I am taking this antidepressants for 4 days in a row, and to be honest, I don't know if it's doing any good because if you have seen me on the antidepressants, you probably feel like yo, Billy's just probably too loose. And this is what the antidepressant does. It makes you probably a little bit looser, but at the meantime, when my friends saw me, they think that I'm not in a good state because of the antidepressants that I'm taking recently. And he says that I don't need the antidepressant, but he actually got antidepressant himself, and he's not a doctor, so I'm experimenting, but I don't really feel like it's doing me any good. So I'm gonna stop taking this antidepressants. I think this at least something that I will consider. Yeah, I'll just stop taking it to see what's gonna happen because I feel like this antidepressant I'm taking, I have searched it online and people say that in Europe, in America, the doctors, the medical system have banned this antidepressants for some time. So this is a very ancient antidepressant that is replaced by other probably better antidepressants. So this one thing that I think I have to really be careful about. So today, I want to share with something that I was predicament about. Not copyright strike, about the live streams that I have some music on, which I think is cool, but whatever, YouTube policy, you gotta obey it, just like I have to obey all the rules in China and be a little, I wouldn't want to say that word. So yesterday I was actually, very predicament of a situation because my hometown homies that, grew up with me, try to fight with me throughout all the barriers that we face, mainly in high school and college. And he actually gave me things that they didn't know that I actually want to hear because we were together with another hometown boy of us. He's a medical student, and my other friend is not a medical student. The first one, he's actually a fucking badass in high school. So like the most tough guy in high school, toughest guy. Not very tall, 5'9", 5'10", but people fear him. People know that he is a combat, which means the most badass dude in terms of the ability to fight and the ability to summon fighters to join a fight. And now he graduated and he has been through some relationships, and now he also been through some very big setbacks in life like I've been through. But his family is intact, which is really good for him. So he's a hometown boy for mine. He actually did me a lot of good things when I was in high school. When some fucking fuck up want to fight with me, he will always join to help. And because he has the strongest force that he can summon, like we always annihilate our opponents. And this bro just fucking saved my life in high school. This is what I really mean, because like you actually don't know what's gonna happen in high school, because there's some crazy folks in high school. They would try to use unnecessary weapons to try to cause mass destruction. You know, people get injured, people get died, stuff like that. And he dealt with a lot of these situations. I've been dealing with a couple, and he always here for me, and I'm appreciating him so much. And he is even the guy that I asked to get my connection with my ex-girlfriend, which was in his class and was a classmate with him. So he just got his contact info for me, got her contact info for me, and this bro is a real hometown boy of mine. And yesterday, while we were together, I actually made a very predicament of a situation in which there was another friend of ours, which is a little bit bizarre, I would say, the work. He wanted to see the medical student of our friends group, and he wanted to see him, but at the meantime, he always sent a message to me. He said, "Hey, Bill, when are you guys gonna ruin it together? Can I come with you guys? I want to see the medical student friend of ours because I really like him." And I was like, "Bro, sure, I'll definitely let you know we're gonna get together." And yesterday he sent me a message again. He said, "Hey, Bill, when you guys gonna get together again?" I said, "Tonight. This is the time and place we're gonna get together. So it is what it is." And later, my best friend just fucking, that friend they can fight. He's a fucking badass. Just let me message. He said, "If that bizarre friend sent you any message about our situation or our location, don't tell him, because they don't want to see him. Although that bizarre friend just mainly want to see that medical student, but that medical student is tired of him, because I would just let you know the pre-story of why he's tired of him. This student was actually a friend of us back in high school, and he was actually a friend. It's just even back in middle school for the other two friends, and because he's not too good at school in terms of grades, he didn't get a very good grade, so he was really just trying to build a connection with the medical student because he has the best grade, the best, top 1, top 10, top 15, always in that list. He's so smart, and that's why he's a medical student, completing his master's degree and all the other advanced degrees this year. Very intellectual and very smart, but at the meantime, very profit driven. So when I met with my friend, they just tell me that, "Hey, Bill, don't tell him that we are just reuniting again. Don't tell him. Just say that he is actually back in his hometown, and the medical school student is still also in Chengdu. So tonight our plan to meet is canceled." And I was like, "Bro, like if it's this point to tell him, we already fucking blew it, because I already told him that we're gonna have a little fun reunion again." And he's like, "No, dude, just tell him that it's gonna cancel. Like he's back in his hometown, and the medical student is still in the downtown." So that's what I tell that friend. And to be honest, I don't know what to think about that friend. He sometimes can seem like very aggressive with his approach to see you. Like when he calls you, he's already in your doorstep, in your community, in your neighborhood, whenever he wants to see you. And when that happens, there's no way to not see him, because he's already in your neighborhood. Like, what can you say? You didn't give us an advance notice. And we're just like, okay, we know you for a long time. But for him, I think the medical student complained about him, tell me that he just wants to talk with him so much. He tried to call him, he sent him messages, and he used me as a middleman to try to connect with him again. And I said, man, if you want to connect with him again, don't use me as a middleman. You can just go call her and go testing him a message. You can do that, you know. Why do you need a middleman to be in a situation? It's not like you're asking me to get someone's contact info who is someone that you love, you want to get into a romantic relationship with. It's not like that. It's just a friend that you know for way longer than I do. And he was like, okay, cool. And he said he didn't pick up my phones, bro. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know what's going on. So we missed last night, and it was a very fun night because it's really something that, you know, it's your bros that you haven't seen for a long time. No matter what time has done to us, we just really want to see each other again. And he actually done something that I thought was shocking because he, as we met up again, he went to the ATM machine and he went to store some money, and he said those monies are the red pockets that he collected. And if you don't know what red pockets is, it's just one Chinese tradition of, you know, elders giving some money for their young relatives that they like. So they just gave those cash to him, RMB, 100 RMB with mouse face on it. And I was like, bro, you get red pockets at this age? What, 26 or so, bro? It's not like we're like at any age that is appropriate to receive a red pocket. Like, if we have anything to do with red pockets, it's we actually giving out the red pockets to people, but you receive it, which is shocking to me. And he said like he's gonna use all those red pockets to pay off all the debts that he has right now. And you know, he actually want to start a business, but in the wrong field, or because he doesn't have enough experience. And he's a young man. He fucking got absolutely obliterated in the business market and got into a lot of debt. Like me, I'm in the same situation, but I don't think I'm in any place to receive any red pockets. If anyone was in my family, less older, they gave me red pockets, I wouldn't receive it, you know. And he received it, so we went out to karaoke and tried to have a blast, just singing, you know, which I haven't done for a long time, and which, you know, as this special occasion is a very good activity for you if you want to see your friends again. And oh man, I gotta stretch my leg, you know. You know, this leg things and injury things, you just go making me feel pain every day. And whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Probably this very motivating quote, but at the meantime it can be very misleading because whatever doesn't kill you make you stronger. So this knee injury doesn't kill me, but it makes me stronger. So okay, I'm just gonna break another knee. So that's not cool. That's not. So I think probably the right approach is that you should really be analyzing on whatever doesn't kill you. Let's say an injury, you be really careful to not let yourself into any injury. So I think this is probably the right approach. Otherwise, our approach is just too superstitious. Well, I'm actually using the word superstitious. That's a fucking W. And we went to the karaoke, we sang a couple songs, and yeah, we were just really happy to be in karaoke. And later, the medical student from Cam, he drive back from downtown, and he came in actually like 1.5 hours later after we were already doing the karaoke scene. And he said, as soon as he arrived there, I don't know how to do with it. He's our friend of us. Like, he just always telling me all the things that there is negative in his life, and tell me all about his gay stuff, because that friend, actually, if you remember, he's actually the friend that tried to sexualize me, because he said he loved me back in college. But back in high school, he thinks I was skinny, I was good looking, I was really his type. And he's bisexual. And being bisexual, which means he can just like girl and like us at the same time. And personally, I'm cool with that. But when he tried to give me a blow job, I think this too much. And I still haven't deleted him since that, because I think it's just probably wrong, because we have known each other for a long time, you know, although he's just kind of weird and he wants to give me a blowjob as a man to man, boy to boy. It's kind of too much for me to handle. He's still not a bad person. He just some fucked up things in his family that made him become a little bit isolated from us. But he's trying his best to connect with us again. But the way he connected with us is just something that we couldn't take. And this was the medic student reflected. He said he's trying his best to avoid him. And he's actually the person that know him the longest, you know. And later we were talking about a lot of things. You know, the medical student friend of us actually just share a lot of romantic experience with our friend about, like, he thinks his relationship is flawed, not perfect, it's holding him back because he's a medical student with massive potential, because he was in very good school and he's a very good doctor. He thinks that his girlfriend is holding him back somehow. And for that, I would say, like, probably your girlfriend is holding you back if you are trying your best to become the best medical school student in China. But in the meantime, I think it's really a good experience, because your girlfriend actually wants to be clingy to you at this moment, because, like, we all experience this, all of us, you know, from school, we all have then clingy girlfriends that love us to death, and later we just think it's not good for us, we're going to break up, and you know, things didn't actually happen the way that we wanted to go. We actually just miss her back a lot. And for her, his situation, he arrived late, so we were just really just finishing the last couple of songs before we went home. And when we went home, you guys know that I have my pain knee injury, so I'm always on a electric bicycle when I go out. And he was actually riding both of us, me and the other badass big guy friend of us, with three of us in the same electric bicycle. And I think that just take a very big toll on my electric bicycle, but just kidding. But yes, it's too much weight, too much pressure for him to handle. But we rode back home very perfectly, and we just stopped at our neighborhood, just started talking, and it's something that's really shocking for me and the other friend of us. That is a badass friend. And just call me that way, because our friend is a medical student. Just tell us that because he's in the first tier city in China, Beijing, Shanghai, and he has been going through those two cities for the vast majority of this year. You know, he just came back just like 10 days for a New Year festival. And he said, like, the gap between that kind of first tier city and us being a second tier city, which is our hometown, is absolutely unimaginable. Because he said, like, in those first tier cities, like, a daughter can with bone funny how he mentioned the doctor that's in the bone departments that can actually just make like 115 RMB a month, he said, in the last couple of years. When bone injury was actually a very profitable department in Chinese hospital, and he just said like it's first so easy for them to make money, with equipment that they have to get kickback from the medical companies that provided those surgery equipment. Like they get a payback just for so high that probably half of them, like just in 1 year, a doctor becoming a millionaire. But for the first tier city, not like in every part of China, they will be in China will like just be rich as the United States. It's just in the first tier city China, in a good hospital, that's a background, that's a context, easily becomes a millionaire in China just in 1 year of work. Easy work for them. And he said right now, like the government is trying to just not make the doctors get a much kickback, which I think is a good thing. I'm saying something good for China right now. This so unprecedented. But yeah, it has precedence. That's just really from the bottom of my heart, He said doctors and patients are just two very controversial subject in the last couple of years. So the government is trying to just make the medical system change, and he thinks it's coming. I actually don't know how much of this kind of political I can believe from him, because he believes that the pure form of communism in his talk is good, But right now, China, because we are not the complete form of communism, this is a form of communism combined with capitalism. So he thinks this is not perfect, but he loves communism, and for that, I have no comments. And he was just really telling us that he will never go back to the city that we're living for work, because the gap is too much, and people living our city, we don't realize that how much of a gap between there. It's like living Minnesota in a suburb between living in New York. This difference in regards to pay, And one funny thing is that I actually watched stand-up comedy of Ryan Chen, and if you guys know Ryan Chen, he's like this very famous comedian, and actually from Malaysia, Singapore, Australia at the same time, but later moved to USA. So identity is very unclear for him. He said like Asians are just very money oriented. He said Asians are just really trying to develop their kids into doctors to make more money, They want their kids to become doctors, but for the sake of making money. He's right, I think in this case, my friend, the medical school student, explains the situation perfectly. And yeah, he just wants to make money with his expertise and profession. And he thinks that China is going into a different direction with medical system. He thinks it will be more American-like, which is that private hospitals will just become more popular and receive more medical equipment and good doctors in their employment list. Yeah, that's actually a long story. Probably I should shorten it a little bit. Let me see comments first. Genghis of Orange. Hey Bill, hope everything is going well. Hey Orange, or I should call you Genghis. You got cool little cats. profile picture. So I hope everything is going well for you too, brother. Hope everything is going well for you. And I actually don't know if this kind of thing that I want to talk about, but since I connect with my friend and it's not in news, it's just friends connecting with each other, sharing their latest experience. And some people might ask, why the mess in the comment section? To that, I really feel like I have explained it too many times and I don't want to do it again, you know, because I'm a Chinese person on YouTube. For that thing only, it's just already very too much for an audience Chinese to handle, and it can have very great impact on my life if I have a mask on or if I don't have a mask on. And to be honest, at this point, this how much I would just give to that kind of question. And guys, I actually really just want to say that my medical student friend just actually tell us something that really shocked me and that friend of mine. The best friend of mine, he's actually working as a broadcasting and art teacher in a private school in China. Basically, you know, Chinese students have to run through the national college competition exam to go into college, and some people whose grades probably not good, they can choose to do adding another sports or broadcasting and arts degree into their college competition exam, and they can have a lower score to go into college. That's why those institutions exist, because people want to go to college, but not everyone is as smart as that medical student friend of us. He's just so smart. He's just so talented. You know, I think as a physician, you just command this kind of like for you, you know, because we all like our doctors, you know. Although sometimes in China, people will try to start trouble with doctors, which I have seen for one time. Actually, in a little clinic where I was trying to get some medicine for my pimples. You know, when I was in the first semester of high school, I had too many pimples, and I think it's a problem. So I want to get rid of it. So as I was trying to go ask what that doctor can prescribe me for my pimples, I just see the previous patient just blasting out the door, angry, saying that you want to charge me this much for this small illness? F you. That's what he said. And back then, I actually don't know if he was reasonable, to be honest, you know, because in a small clinic, probably like my friend Dutch, that is a doctor that mentioned that doctors really try to make a profit, and in a small clinic, which is not sponsored by the national public hospitals, I think they have a more of a tendency to do that. So probably the young patient was right. And probably, guys, you know, I've been going on and quitting cigarettes streak recently, and it's going well. I'm not smoking too much, but still, sometimes when you get into a very stressful situation, like this thought of cigarette just come up to my mind, and I think I really need to do my best to not have this kind of instinctual response to that. And one funny thing is that because I've been taking these antidepressants recently, I feel like it's making my friends notice that I think the things that I'm not doing well, because some people think that with this antidepressant, I just seem to lose and stuff. He just thinks I'm not doing well. And I talked to a yoga teacher last night when we were hanging out with our friends, and she thinks she sees a lot of destruction when she was conveying conversing with us. So I don't know if the yoga teacher was right, but probably she's half right at least, because this antidepressant is really making me battle my demons in a way, but at the meantime also giving me some things that made me very just too loose, and I need to tighten up a little bit. Too loose is not good for me, and I think it's also depriving me of my pleasure to getting dopamine from doing things. So it's making me, I would not say numb, but it's kind of like I'm numb. So right now at this moment, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm gonna go to the restroom a little bit. I'll be coming back very soon. So guys, have a great one. I'll see you later very fast. And later I'll do that. Freeway race. Happy New Year, Bill. Hey, Happy New Year, Freddie. Genghis, I always like hearing your perspective of life in China and your openness, and understand why YouTube is risky. Much love from America. People love people, and we want the same things. Yes, sir. Nicotine is extremely addicting. I feel you. Yes, bro. Nicotine is extremely addicting. I almost don't feel anything from smoking cigarettes right now because of the antidepressants I'm taking, which is probably I can use it as a thing to get rid of cigarettes. Or say mental health is also very misunderstood. I would assume more so in China. Yes, sir. Mental health is definitely so misunderstood. Like, people just think people who have depression is just too much of a pussy if they are a man. That's how they think for the most part, and this even affected me, just thinking, am I just too much of a pussy, so I became depressed? But in reality, no, that's not the case. What I have been through, I'm losing my mom at such a young age, my mom at such a young age, having an alcoholic, abusive father since my birth, and lose my grandparents and broken my knee. It's really something that most people who haven't gone through this kind of tragedy wouldn't understand. It really makes you just mentally shut down and give you the kind of mental illness that's really hard to relate to, but it just devastates a person. So sometimes their mental illness, I think for the most part, is very justified. In my case, I believe so. Do I take antidepressants? Yes. Do I think it's giving me a lot of side effects? Yes. But you know what? That's because we just been through too much. We don't know what can work to get back with our mental health back to a normal degree. So that's why we take it. So yeah, mental health, guys. Keep up with your mental health. Check out on your mental health very frequently with your friends, with your family, Or say, keep it up, Bill. I'm very happy to have caught your light. Sending you my love. I'll be right, bro. I'm happy to catch you on my life too. And send you my love from China, bro. From China. Shoot my love to you. All right, bro. And as the meantime, just really want to give a big shout out to Mr. Beast, the Beast, for such generous moral support in our live stream. So love you, bro. If you see you later, you know that I'm thinking about you, not like a romantic way, but this how much I appreciate you. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Genghis, I'm back, bro. Sorry for loss, but I remember donating back when she was getting trimmed, bro. Thank you so much for your, generosity back then. Thank you so much. My mom, maybe she didn't get the best treatment, but all I tried to do and all you guys donation really made a difference. So thank you so much. Personally, I appreciate each and every one of you who have just peer and donated back in the period. And I feel like personally, I can do a better job back then, for taking care of her and everything. And there actually is something that I struggle with mentally very, very bigly. Bigly is not a word. So very tremendously. I'm just using all those words that Trump used. Like, he said bigly, but like people can understand. So thank you so much. James, I had to catch up on all the videos. Now it's been a while. Hey, Bill, I had to go to bed. Yeah, bro. Go to bed, have a good night's sleep tight, and wake up, get some coffee, and start rolling your day. Hopefully, it's going to be a beautiful one. And hopefully, you're going to have a beautiful dream, bro. So, I was just saying that something about antidepressants intake, which I'm really feeling confused about right now, to be honest. And still, I'm gonna try to say like I don't take it for 2 days. Let's see what's the difference will be. If the difference is that if I don't take it, I just became extremely sad. Saying I think I should continue to take it. And that was my mental state before I take antidepressants. Extremely sad. I think this is just getting me back to normal. I just want to get back to the normal pace of life in everything, because I have just been lacking on that for a long time. And, with the channel, they is so tight. With a family, they so tight. This YouTube family of me. That's my family. That's how I call it, just like the actor in Fesco in Euphoria called Rue her family. That's what it means to me, at least personally. Some people might just think YouTube as a platform they try to, do something other than a family user. But for me, because I don't have a family now, and when I had a family, which is my mom with me, you guys are still so tight and supportive with us. It's just really making me so sentimental, like how much you guys are such a family to us. So appreciate that a lot. And one thing that let's stretch my knee once again. This like if I just have my knee in this normal position, like this, it's painful. So I have to stretch it. Stretch is the best way to have less pain. And I don't know if at my knee joint at this point, if I will walk a little more, will it be more of a bad thing for it? I don't know, but like the pain is making me think that it's probably a bad thing if I walk a little bit. So I'm trying to bend my best to minimize walk time and just do more electrical bicycle time when I go to commuter. And guys, it's but only be 2 days away from 1.5 days away from me going back to work. So before that, I want to really just catch up with you guys all. And that job is absolutely a trash job, in my opinion. I don't want to do that job. I do that job because I have an injury. That's it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do that kind of job. And I just feel like with me catching up with my medical student friend last night, I think I was just shocked, both with my other friend that is arts and broadcasting teacher for high school students. And he said that like doing his job, he's only get paid, very moderately compared to a doctor that's just making so much money. Like my even first year city, like the Alfred might describe, he said like just a normal doctor that he working just a normal one, not like a department leader or just a top doctors. No one will have 34 apartment buildings in Beijing, in Beijing, which apartment building probably could just is worth a mansion in LA or in probably not in New York, but in LA, it's just a mansion. So basically, that doctor, he can, if you guys are Americans, you can understand like he has 3 or 4 mansions of real estate property, and that's just how much that he's financially able to afford being a doctor in the first tier city of China, which is Beijing, Shanghai. I was like, what about Shenzhen, Guangzhou, which is also first tier city? But and he's like, yeah, Shenzhen, Guangzhou is also first tier city, but in terms of medical treatment, like Beijing and Shanghai is even better because there's Disneyland in Shanghai, and there's Disneyland in Hong Kong, and Disneyland is definitely something that I personally have never been to, and feel like it can be a great place, and you can only be constructed and located in a very advanced, financially developed city in China. So he just basically says things that if he went back to the hometown, let's say, which, like, let's say if he is a doctor in our suburb hospital, he would make like 8K, 7K, or 9K a month, and he thinks it's just far too little. It's far too little incentivized for him to become a doctor back in our city. He thinks in first city he easily just triple and quadruple his income with his expertise, which, bro, like I feel like doctors, if you have a doctor friend, you guys are all in your friend circle, he just automatically be the most valuable friend in your group, because in China, doctors are just so helpful, and because of their expertise, they were able to develop connection with people from all over the society. Because whether you are a gangster, a mafia boss, or your teacher, your private sector worker in China, if you got sick, your family got sick, you gotta go to see a doctor, and that's the person you need the most. And basically, he just taught us a lot about the medical industry in China, which the art and basket teacher, badass friend of us, and me, we were just both shocked, like, man, like, those doctors putting in incomes that we could not make in 2 or 3 years, and those doctors just put income just in 1 month back in the glory days of their income days. If they are bone injury department doctor, and that's funny because since they make so much money, I can almost imagine how much my knee injury would cost. So it's just depressing news for me a little bit, because he said like basically the doctors keep back from the medical equipment companies that provided those surgical equipment for surgery, and surgery is just not something, those items are not they are not insured in the medical insurance company system in China. So patients gotta pay so much for that kind of surgeries. Depressing for me, but you know what? Still have my legs, but I still have the Lieutenant Dan spirit in me. a little bit, just a little bit, where I lose my legs, but still, whatever it takes, where it's waves just coming on your way, and you have Forrest Gump as the wheeler of your boat. You just yelled in the darkness of night with rain and winds blowing by you. You just yell, say, "What else can you do to me? You know, I lost my legs. What else can you do to me? Give me more of that." So I feel like Lieutenant Dan is a role model. Forrest Gump's the role model, and his best friend, Lieutenant Dan, also a role model. And even Baba even is a role model. Shout out to his stream business that Forrest made it a reality, and also Lieutenant Dan made it a reality too, because he says, "If you are streaming the co-captain, I'll come to be your second man," and he did it, which is so amazing, so beautiful. And I wonder why Americans are just so amazing at creating movies that are just absolutely so top tier, absolutely so fantastic, and touching your emotion in the deepest level. And yeah, would love to watch any those movies more. Like I would just watch Forrest Gump like 4 times, 5 times. I think I can just watch it like 4 or 5 times more, even in the future, because that's how much of an amazing movie it was back then. And the sad news is that, well, 2 days later, I'll not be able to stream like this one. Too much for you guys, and for myself too, to trying to connect you with you guys. And I remember that last word that my mom said to me, which is just one thing that she wanted me to, you know, live a life aside from her misery, which is something that I personally don't agree, because her misery, her pain is my pain too. You know, you cannot imagine the pain that you suffer if you watch your family member that you loved suffer from this kind of pain in her body every day. I think this is just too much to handle. And you know what? At this time in the afternoon, I actually wanted to share with you guys what I met with my friends, what happened, and you know, that friend of us who was a little bit bizarre with his gay movements and maneuvers on some me, which I don't know why I became tired of gays so much. Yeah, I'm straight. Like gays, amazing. Gays, wonderful. Gays, sometimes that friend of mine, he just outside of my recognition of gay people, and he's bisexual, so I really don't know like he's bisexual or totally gay, because like what he described and his behavior is like very confusing for me to understand. And yes, sad for him that he wants to see that friend of him, the medical student friend, for such a long time, but like that friend just totally creeped out by him for his nagging and negative talk with him, and he thinks he just doesn't want it. Like he just doing his best to avoid him right now. And me being the middleman, I also feel kind of awkward. You know, I don't want to be the person that just lies to him and saying that like we're gonna cancel our reunion this night. You know, so you know you gotta just connect with him. I just said to him, you have to connect with him if you want to directly, not by me. You know, because I am not his parents. I'm just a regular friend. And yeah, we grew up together, we are close, but it doesn't mean that I can play that much of a role. He himself, you have talked with him so much, and he doesn't like that. There's nothing that I really can do about it. And actually, like, I think he's also a little bit bizarre and want to sexualize me. He also is very vibrant, you know. Like, like I was talking about my knee injury last night with my friend, and there's always say this word: if you break your bone, if you break sometimes some of your soft tissues, you have to at least have 100 days to recover it, which in Mandarin is called 伤筋动骨100天, and in my case, it's way higher than 100 days. So I think I am just really past that, and I think this is gonna affect me for such a long time of my life if I don't do anything about it, don't have a surgery. And you know, as my friend told me, that the most profitable department in hospital is bone department. I was just like, whoa, bro, like this cannot be happening, because this is actually the only physical disease that I deal with right now, and it's the most profitable for doctors. So I can imagine how much I'll be just totally bankrupted if I do a surgery right now. Bankrupted is the word I will use, because you know, Chinese real estate market crashed down, and my apartment that my mom paid for is actually just way lower from the time that we bought it, and it's a loss of half of the whole property value. And so people even took bank loans to buy that property. So apartment, I don't think I don't think people are gonna be happy about it. Like, people are gonna be really frustrated. Like we basically just got fucked by the Chinese real estate market. And yeah, kind of want to talk shit about government, but I will just hold it right here. You know, I'm just gonna hold it. Just do not talk shit about the government. And I feel like my situation is as tough as that friend of ours, you know, because I have this bone injury, and my major is really major that's have to be able to be compensated, at least able to live a life in the downtown area of a city or in a first tier city. So me being a suburb in China and unable to get out because of my knee injury is something that tortured me a lot. And you know, I just feel like I'm in too much pressure right now. I feel like I'm in too much stress for my situation, and I should be. You know, I'm a 26-year-old man. I'm not a young kid no more, and I need to take responsibility for myself and even for my father. Even for my father, like his situation and my situation are both very abysmal. You know, he being crazy led him to getting fired from the boss after he just talked shit to the boss after he get drunk. Like, this was thing that I just don't understand. Like people drink, most people drink, but people who drink and start trouble is just something that I think is a very bad combo. They make you the most hated person for your company, for each and everyone who know you, because you just get drunk and you just start acting like a jerk, acting like a d-bag. D-bag. Yeah, man. Bro, like when Jing said he had to catch up with all the videos, it's actually a very sad thing that I have to say, because I deleted all of my videos, like all the videos that in my early days that I was trying to just he gets a real authentic depiction of Chinese society with my vlogs and documenting some other stuff, food, pets, all those kind of stuff. And I deleted all my videos. It's videos that I spent hours and hours on each and every one of the video. By myself, I shoot it, I edit it, I post it. It's all my personal hard work, and I delete all of those videos just because the cop situation, and I don't want to get into any unnecessary misunderstanding about my content. And yeah, I shouldn't delete it, to be honest, because it's already just regular videos. It's authentic. Although my experience is in a second-tier city, in a suburb in China, but like this vast majority of China probably is even a better depiction of the vast majority of China, to be honest, because it's at least in a big city, there's other small cities that are even worse than that. And I saw a handicapped person that, cannot use his leg properly. Like his leg is totally broken, just being a person yesterday. It was actually in front of a shopping mall. And, I have seen him for a long time. I know him from a long time ago. Like, just seeing him makes you really break your heart. Because, like, unlike me, who have an injury, but I still can use my leg in a way, although I have this pain. He's totally unable to use both of his legs. And, there's no way you can find work being in that situation. Like, I cannot even find work with a broken knee. I can still use my legs. So the only way that he can get food on the table is being a person that just stating out his situation with a written paper on the shopping mall to try to get people to help me him. And when I walked by his place and I see like the helping that he got is so little, so I just pitch in and help him a little bit more. Also, a business situation, but I think there's more about helping others than just being in your own miserable situation, because I just more about my situation so bad, but him is in a worse situation, and even I just feel so bad about not being able to find a job and not being able to survive in the society. So his urge to survive, just survive, not just necessarily maybe just to survive, get food on the table, is a very hard thing to do. So, disabled, very sad on the unable to get free food. I think if they have a reality to help them with their status update to the government, and the government gave them a disabled certificate, disabled recognition, they can get 300 or 400 RMB from government every month, which is very good, which is, money that's almost enough to put basic food on the table. Just basic food, let's just say you eat noodles every day, or you eat rice every day with no veggies, no meat in it, no dish, just main meal, rice, and noodles. But for them, they cannot be able to even cook. So, oh man, I cannot imagine how tough it is for those kind of disabled people in China. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. And, I feel like since I am taking this antidepressants, and it's making me feel very loose and slow in my brain. But in the meantime, because this antidepressant has been banned by the West for 2 decades, it's really making me also just very disconnected from my very instincts I think can make things turn around. So antidepressants and the outdated antidepressants is not something that's so amazing. Sometimes I forgot the word that I cannot find in my English dictionary. I would just use the word amazing or bad if it's in the opposite case. And yeah, guys, tonight one relative that was actually a relative that I was spending time with when I was in the countryside in my origin birthplace in China, in the countryside. She's gonna come visit us. I don't know, in a short period of time. She got married and she got really fat, but she was really just very slim back then. I remember that. And now she's gonna come visit us. So my aunt just suggested we go out for hot pot once again, which is my plan for the next one day. Yeah, just hot pot. You can buy a cheap hot pot ingredient in a grocery store in China, and I think the best strategy if you want to save money is to just buy some veggies and have some rice with it. You can just have amazing taste bud experience, and in the meantime, be relatively easy and do less cooking work, and it's a good ROI thing, I think, return on investment, in terms of if you're a bad cook and you want to save money at the same time while you cook. So yeah, just veggies, just pour it on. And man, just one day and have go back to my work, which I will not have too much time to hang in streams, which I feel sad about. This New Year is already gone, but today is the day that I just see all the Chinese people on my WeChat posting the exact same thing. What it is, because today is the 5th day of Chinese New Year, and in the 5th day there's a tradition where they have to visit the money god or ask for generosity from the money god. Like, there is just a money god in China. If you actually have watched any Asian comedies, running train comedies, he's not Chinese. He grew up in Malaysia, Singapore, Australia. But there's a money guy in China, and I see all the people on my WeChat just posting the same thing. They want to beg for mercy from the money guy. So please, money guy, help me. And I didn't post it. Nobody. I didn't post any of those things. Also, all the people are posting almost made me feel like it's compulsory to post it. If you don't post it, you are just trailing behind. You can almost feel that way when the entire list of your WeChat friends group are posting like money god, give us mercy, give us help, and I didn't post it, and I just feel like, yeah, this superstitious, but at the meantime, it's really enticing for people to go on their route. It doesn't do any harm if you post it, but in the meantime, does it do any good? Probably. Psychologically, you feel like you will. But I'm just this kind of person who's just really anti-superstition, so I didn't post it. And if I probably should, but I won't. That's the case because all the people are posting it, and me, I believe in it. I can believe in it a little bit, but if I just post it because all the other people are posting that they are trying to ask for help from the money god, this is an actual thing. I feel like probably, yeah, I'll just probably just say what's up to the money god from my heart instead of posting it online to ask for his help. So yeah, this is gonna be weird. The entire list of my WeChat list is on that same line. So good for them, Sometimes it's good to be superstitious when you are in a situation that you don't know really what's gonna happen. I was actually very superstitious back when my mom had cancer, on that route to help her. I was going on into a very superstitious path. I heard that anything that can help with this disease, and I heard of a lot of weird stuff, and I actually believe in it, and I actually want to make my mom try that, but my mom wasn't able to try that for some time because it's like, because there's one thing like if you just drink one element enough, because the cancer just exists in your body because it has acid in it. I think this is theory, and if you drink that too much, you will just have the less acid in your body, less. So the cancer will just disappear itself. And the boss just added me once again in the good chat. I feel like it's some bad news. Probably she's gonna say that go back to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna see what he just said. Oh, he asked me to update on my fucking work. So fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not gonna update on my work. All right, then I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a moment, so I'll be back. So always streaming at nighttime. At afternoon can be really a bad time zone for people that are not Mandarin speaking people. And so I'll be back. Go to the restroom real quick. I guess I'm back. I'm back, you know. Actually, I feel like now I can get into a more instinctual part of me with this antidepressant, because, you know, the instinctual part of the antidepressant is making me just, you know, you can use the word loose, but I don't know if it's really the correct word. I have no word to describe it because I think I'm just really mentally tight without antidepressants, just feeling every sad thought each moment, and it's just next sad thought, next thought coming over and over. And I think I haven't actually just be able to learn about like how much the gap in China really is. And he said like the medical student friend of us, he said like, you know, the people in first tier city just doesn't want people to know like what's the gap between them as for second tier city. And he thinks he saw that, you know, information gap is a right, probably is a more imposed word on it, just too much of a word of a polite word of saying it. He thinks just people in this society just doesn't want other people that are not from the first tier city of China to know like how much of the gap is, and he just thinks that all those things. I don't know, like and my other friend, the friend of badass art school teacher, podcasting good teacher, he raised up some about some politics issue about like China's transition from pure communism into opening up to the world and becoming the world factory, which was led by the former Chinese president Deng Xiaoping, and they just swerve into a political discussion. And like I just never imagined that I would be in a position to say, yo, forget about the politics, bro. Like, let's just care about life. This I will say to him. In the past, this is unimaginable because I was the person that raised up this kind of question, and people are like, yeah, you know, Bill is dangerous, you know. And now I'm the person to say that, and you know, probably it's because I've just known the reality of the less fortunate part of China too much compared to those first tier city people that are just totally different. They're just, you know, absolute rock zone in terms of financial achievements. And yeah, like our friends just really like to spread it back to political discussions about China's politics. And one thing that is actually interesting is that my medical school student, the elite student, elite doctor, he actually is already working at the hospital, but also working in his school at the same time, you know, being an advanced learner. And he actually hates America a lot. He hates America a lot. And when I was passionate about politics in the past, and we were hanging out because, you know, in the past we were younger, we had more free time, and we were just hanging out more time than necessary. But it's a good thing because you really develop a friendship. And when I brought out this politically negative stuff about China in a private discussion with my own opinions, no, not trying to convince anybody to believe in negative stuff about China, he would just always refute me. He will always come out with a response, and you know, the response is really pro China. And is he right? I don't think so. I still don't think so. It's just that I am just past that stage of wanting to bring up the discussion and try to have an argument with people about that their thought is wrong. China is problematic in a way. You know, I'm past that stage. And it's funny that he believed in pure form of communism. He thinks that's a good thing. and he thinks the current situation in China is just distracted from that pure, beautiful reality where the rich and the poor just have so much of a gap that it's just too much. And he thinks that the rich is trying to keep those elite information to themselves and not let people like me from second tier city of China know what's really going on and how much they're really pulling from their just basic maneuvers. And that's how he saw it. And my friend, like, yeah, let's not have this. I'm the person now to say, let's not have this political discussion and yeah, China discussion. I have too much of it. What I need to have a discussion right now is, what affected me the most, which is my knee injury. So for them, it's their career in medical career, and for my friend being a teacher, he thinks it's too repetitive, even because being a teacher means that he got to just repeat the same part to his students over and over again and again. And he thinks like even him teaching that is boring. Hey, bro, you still haven't sleep yet, bro? Bro, like, I don't know why, bro. Yo, you haven't got into sleep yet, bro. My honest, most instinctual feeling is that, bro, go to sleep. Don't stay up on YouTube for too long. Although you always notice my streams late, bro. It's not late. It's not late because this is afternoon, and because yesterday I didn't do a stream, so I intend to do this stream very long. Waste how people watching this while I'm doing, because I'm gonna leave for work 1.5 days later, and the boss is already itching on us today to ask us to update on our work information, work stats, and I don't want to do that. Still, bro, we just started like an hour ago. Yes, it's an hour ago, bro, but you notice definitely that I haven't done a very long stream recently, but you probably also can remember in the last year, I was doing stream like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, that's what I did, and this is what I want to do today. So if you just catch up late, let's say you'll be invested in the Trump coin, and you catch up late, you still can get a huge boost between it plummeted right now. So Trump, I don't know what's up with his Trump coin. Like if Trump coin just plummeted, does that affect his administration? Probably not, because like crypto is just like a small part of them. And I actually like doing streams longer, bro. And I head to sleeping base. Thanks for Karen. So yeah, bro. Like, I noticed that you always have this tendency to sleep late. Bro, gotta change it up. This is Chinese New Year, but this is also a New Year which I wish that my American friends like you and every friend of mine can sleep earlier. And bro, I was actually talking about something that's really out of touch with me, which is that the medical school student, there was actually a homeboy that I grew up with, a friend of mine that we reunited yesterday. He just seemed to have these things all figured out because he's a top medical school student in a top university in China. And he's gonna definitely become a doctor. And he thinks that if he become a doctor in a first tier city, he's gonna make millions in a year. A million RMB is at least his yearly income. That's to say the least. And he said he's not going back to the second tier city in China. Chengdu City. You have used ChatGPT to search it, and now there's DeepSeek. And then I wonder if DeepSeek can really match up with ChatGPT, because the information you provided with ChatGPT is absolutely golden. And yeah, let me stretch out my leg a little bit. stretch my legs, bro. Because you know, my knee injury is just painful if I keep it in a normal position, and if I stretch it in a straight position, it's less painful. And yeah, usual hope that when people are just all seeking the help of the money god today, because this is the day that is a tradition, the superstition in China, where people just seek the help of the money god, and they want to be heard about the money gods, and the usual have more money coming in, so they all post about the money god today. And I didn't post it, bro, because you know me, I'm not superstitious on that, but in the meantime, I really feel pressure to do that, because often I just posting this money guy seeking from posts online on WeChat. Okay, so I don't know what I can and cannot say about DeepSeek and OpenAI. That's okay for you. Yeah, bro, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, it's definitely something that you are really careful and appreciate that. I appreciate that, homie. And you know, I don't know about the AI industry too much, bro. You obviously use ChatGPT for very frequent time, I think, at least. And I haven't used ChatGPT most part, for the most part. So I feel like with the development of AI, still, like, I think kind of dumb people like me still are not using it, but like smart people like you have already started using AI to deal with your daily life from a long time ago. And DeepSeek, don't know about it. Like we discussed it last time, you know. Jon Stewart's comedy about this DeepSeek is funny. And yeah. Also, right now, my boss is asking me to update my work stats, and I will leave it there. I'll not care about it. I'll only update it when I got to work. You know, bro, it's 1 day away from us getting back to work. What more do you want from us? And the thing that actually touched me most about the medical student in front of us is how much the gap that he thinks that exists. Because although he's from our neighborhoods, he grew up in our neighborhood, but his parents are very decent. You know, they were the leadership management position of the factory that was the biggest public national factory that produced steel, produced iron, and so he's in a good situation with his family. You know, in every aspect, financially, health-wise, all the things. You know, him being a professional teacher is definitely getting a long way to protect his health and stuff. But one thing I noticed that he also picked up smoking. You know, my friend was handing out cigarettes, and he also picked up smokes. And my friend, that friend who actually got my back and was the biggest badass in my high school, was saying like, "You, this 1 year, I have led 2 of my best friends led to the wrong road or smoking cigarettes. I feel very, very guilty about it." And I'm like, bro, like, I know you're joking, but you know, don't say that, bro. Like, we pick up smoking not because of you. You know, you are not the person to blame on at all. But he is the person that started smoking first. You know, he started smoking in high school, back in high school. This would be too impressive if I actually think about it right now. You know, when he's smoking high school back then, because he's just a good friend of mine, and he's so cool. I just think he's cool back in high school with smoking, you know, but it's totally not cool to smoke. And he has a long smoking career up until now. For example, I always been very efficient at prompting or asking the right question. Whereas it may be finding books, searching engine queries or AI. I'm not bad at finding out what I need to know. Yeah, bro. That's what I think makes you very mature the most, is that you just do your best to search out the right things that you need to know. And that's one thing that I think I need to learn a lot from you, bro, because I've been bad at it. But I'm gonna actually download the DeepSeek to see what you can do for me, to see this really that good, and actually will give a feedback on you guys. DeepSeek, there's a lot of things because it's a Chinese company. It's a lot of things you cannot say about it. And all my friends, because we were just gathering for a reunion last night, he also tried to make a conversation about politics a lot, Chinese politics for the most part. And I'm the person that tried to say, bro, don't say anything about Chinese politics. But there's no room for discussion for people like us, There's one thing that actually he would come up with when I was passionate about talking about politics in China. But now, since things have changed, we have a role reversal. He's the one that brought it up, and I'm the one who said, bro, don't talk too much about it. There's no point in talking too much about it. I became the person that was doing what they did in the first stage, when I was a person just trying to be so political and passionate and just fucking hating on a lot of bad things back in our own country that I think can be done better. This is the most important part. From what I can tell from many texts, its performance is not bad. Its province, on the other hand, and certain aspect of its provenance, on the other hand, certain aspect of its training, bro. Like, speaking of AI, you guys know that I have a couple of friends that were, there was grad school student of internet technology, so they are just good at coding as that kind of stuff. And we met a friend back. They haven't catch up with us for a long time. He wasn't really close to us. He's just a friend that was close to me for the most part. We met him back. We were back in home, and we catch him, and we just had him for a little chat. And he told us that for him being a IT employee in the Chinese job market, he actually found a job in college hiring program. And the best way to find a job in China is either through college hiring and people working in the company recommending you to join. There's only two ways that you can find a good job in China, according to one friend that has gone through both. And he just thinks that those public hiring are jobs that's really replaceable, and it's really just bad jobs for the most part, which I agree. So my friend who works in IT, he told us he makes like over 10K RMB a month, and he's in another city in China called Xiamen. All right, Xiamen. So it's a city that's near the sea, and he's making decent money, but he's complaining, And from me and other friend, the big badass art and broadcasting friend of mine, to know that he actually make that much money, and he's still trying to say this is a bad job. But this is actually refreshing to us. Like, hearing our medical student friend telling us that the wealth gap between first third city people and people who are not from the first third city is just jaw-dropping. It's just so tremendous, and people in the city don't want the second third city to know, which I think is true. I know that the basic part is that their apartments are extremely expensive, and how can a person afford such an expensive building? It's really, really mind-breaking for me too. Know that they just living in such wealth world. It's so easy for them, for the most part. Like, for doctors, at least, for doctors, it's what he thinks. Like the doctors, you can be at least to make an income monthly of other people who work in the second province. A yearly income to be his basic standard, and he would not come back to Chengdu city for doctor's job for just around 10K. He says that's not too motivating and incentivizing for him. So we were both judged up by the IT friend and by the medical school student in front of us of how their level of income is just so beyond us. And at the same time, we also have to come to realization with the fact that their major is just amazing. You know, IT, medical school, math student, physician, doctors are just the best majors. So he picked up a major just a little bit too, I would say just average, just like my major is average in English. His major is in broadcasting and arts. Liberal arts is everything, but probably not broadcasting art. Just training people to be broadcasters, you know, to be like a reporter and TV person. That's his job. And just train high school students to be like that, because high school students are able to get into college with less grades in the college entrance examination in China, with their background and ability to be able to be good at this broadcasting thing, you know. They can just get in college with less scores, less grades. Yo, bro, you know, actually, it's actually 1 day away for me to go to work, and I'm feeling a little bit sad, you know, bro, because, you know, it's always to catch up with you, homie. It's always for me to do my best job to help you to go to sleep. You feel unable to, bro, because I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you, so I want you to get sleep. Oh, let me check out what's going on my second channel. All right. Let me check it up. Yeah, all right. That's cool. Yeah, all right. Look. Oh man, I feel like just really I need to step my game up a little bit, you know. Also, I'm kind of disabled now and trying to stretch my leg now. I really need to get my step on my game up, you know. They can just do their jobs that they are good at. Their college major, you know, medical school students, doctors, and IT student that can just easily get a good job in China. And we in majors that are less advantageous and less profitable, I think it just seems that we have to do our best to step our game up. And actually, like that friend of mine, the broadcasting teacher, he's such a good friend. But as a meantime, I think because he also faced a lot of setbacks in his life. You know, him and me, we both were just young and naive and thinking that we can work for ourselves. So we're starting to business and got into a lot of debt because we're down enough thinking that we can be a boss on our own, and we just got into a lot of debt, and we were just really lacking our ability to excel. And he said that there's going to be a new colleague that's coming in after the new year, and that colleague will be his inferior in work. He's a leader of the colleague, and the colleague has a better degree. And just because he's in the college, he's in the company for half a year right now, almost over half a year, I think. He's gonna have someone that just, in Mandarin terms, it's kind of translated to people just getting humbled. People with degree. Like, there's one thing that's also interesting that he's saying needs to be talked about, which is that, like, people who just trying to get humbled in society, which means college students that are doing regular jobs, and he thinks that, like, it's normal. Like, a lot of college school graduates are just doing normal jobs because of the over-saturated job market with less opportunities. And he thinks that people are just starting to get humble. Like, people just start to be waiters and security guards in colleges. Waiters and security guards that they actually came from a higher education degree in college. And they think that the pressure is not only on those people that got into the job market, those college graduates, it's also on their parents. Because their parents just witnessed that they cultivated this college school graduate that they think they're gonna get a good treatment in society, but with the oversaturated job market in China, and this very sick balance between unemployment rates and people who are unemployed. He thinks that it's also those people, their parents, this also have to get humbled by the fact in China. So the facts are really stacked against people for the vast majority of people. But for little percentage of people who have chosen the right field, the right industry, IT and math school, they're gonna become good. Hey, homie, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be back in some time. So see you later. See you later. Alright, I'm back. Hey Provoke, how you doing, brother? Glad to see you. My Provoke, my bro. Players and hearts as always. Can I generate the hearts fucking? Oh, I can generate the hearts scenes from this. Yo, I like that. I like that defense a lot. Just those hearts popping out with just me doing this gesture. I love that. It's amazing, wonderful. Yo, bro, I'm gonna sleep. What's the situation right now? What's the situation right now? Me being able to stream at afternoon, and after 1 hour of streaming, I continue while I'm doing this because I'm gonna have no time to stream after I went back to work. Yo, fuck that fucking payment, yo, it's fucking too low. I'm tired of it. But I guess I'm not a doctor, If I'm a doctor, I have the luxury of just, doing your job, doing this your expertise, and you also get paid quite decently. But it's the best career, best major. So I am not in the major, so I think can I do that again? Let me see. Actually, I'm kind of over the place. Oh, you will not generate again. You will not generate again. You just give it one time to generate that effect. I see. Yo, bro. I think I'm just speaking too much of like a rapper. I think seems like, yo, bro. Yeah, I say things like that too much. I don't think I'm a rapper. I don't think I can just tolerate coldness for too much of a time. So I'm gonna try to put this with my jacket down. Just put all my clothes in the. Yeah, you saw it the first time, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I like the most. You can generate this effect for one time, so it just makes you want it more. And the sad thing is that it just makes you want it more, and you will not happy the second time. And yeah, bro, what's your time in there? I suggested my homie for a guy to go to sleep because it's late for him, but he's still online. Yeah, bro. Just like when I was just staying up all day since my middle school. There's a cultural difference. I think where a family member's success or lecture isn't as tied to family pride. Well, family might be good. Success is still individualized. Bro, that's actually a very interesting statement. Yeah, success is still individualized, bro. Like, that's actually an interesting take. We have sanitize on Provoke. Oh, nice you're in Australia, bro. Right. Oh, I forgot. My bad, bro. I think you were in America because America is not right now trying to buy Greenland, Canada, and probably in the future Australia. Who knows? Like, just Trump, he wants to buy all English-speaking country into America. And in the meantime, he's withdrawing from all the worldly widespread organization, WHO, and the Paris Accord. Like, actually saw news where American billionaire Michael Bloomberg stepped in to feel that American payment to those organizations, which I think is a badass thing, Trump out of it, and Michael Bloomberg said, fuck it, I'm representing my country, and I'm paying that for the World Health Organization and stuff. Yo, bro. Well, I'm saying you, bro, again. Yo, I can't. Okay, I actually eliminate the word of yo from my speaking. I think if I say yo, I have to add bro in the second. So I feel like that's probably too bad. Yo. Like in the United States, it's 3 p.m. It's quite late. The homie Veronica is working on the project, And bro, in China, success is actually very tied to family pride, as you said. It's actually can be the opposite case. It can be tied to family pride because that's how Asian country work. It's how at least how China work. Like if one member of the family is very successful, it definitely is very tied to family pride. Especially if that person who is successful is the younger one. You know, let's say a med school graduate that is working as a doctor. Is just tied to family pride a lot in Chinese culture. Family might be, you said, well, family might pride, success is still individualized, which I agree a lot more, you know. Success is definitely individualized, but in Chinese culture, this context, I think is less, it's more tied to family pride compared to that in the US and Australia, you know. Bro said, yeah, big power plays happening on the world stage. Bro said, it's frustrating when it's applied to a national scale where that is definitely so frustrating, bro. Where that relationship is put ahead of anything else. Yes, that's the thing that, you know, I actually just resonate so much. Like when it's applied to a national scale, like this thing is just bad, you know. Even though like the culture in China is like this, but and it's always applied to national scale. And I always think it's very bad. I think people misunderstood it. Like let's say a Chinese, the whole of Chinese media industry is actually TikTok, Douyin, ByteDance. You know, in a national scale, this is the most famous app in the world. Famous, probably won't use that word. Probably we just use most popular and most used platform around the world. And the market value of this company, ByteDance, is just like so much. My friend said, this broadcast teacher, he brought this up. He said he never seen a company with market value of billions and billions. This is the first company he has seen it for the first time. And like when you apply this to a national scale, you say, yo, China is leading on the world in media. Is that really the case? You know, ByteDance, TikTok is famous around the world. You really think that Chinese media is ahead of the world's media? Like this just totally diverted from the truth. So that's a very interesting take, and it's a take that I agree with so much, bro. Like it's although there's a culture difference, and although it's very tied to the whole, people just feel prideful, feel proud that like TikTok is successful. I'm like, bro, like you cannot even use TikTok. You understand that? You cannot even use it in China. And you think there's something you feel proud about? You know, like the major difference between TikTok success and your own situation, right? So it's really a very interesting take. It's kind of like if a mom witnessed a son shoot someone else and then doggedly claims that the other person walked into a bullet. That makes zero sense to anything but that specific cultural view. Yeah, the other person, bro, like you are so good at this kind of metaphors. You are really such a smart person. And yeah, I think I need to get smarter. I feel like I need to get my brain clicking faster to think about those metaphors when I try to say something. Because when I say something, I always just say it so blank and so straight, and I hardly use any metaphors like you just did, you know. and this one takes that we can just have this with examples and metaphors all day. And no, ByteDance is all so popular, ByteDance is so ingrained in the minds of people all around the world of the product TikTok. And still, I think the product of TikTok is totally different from ByteDance, because the CEO of ByteDance is not the CEO of TikTok. The CEO of TikTok is Zhou Shouzhi in Mandarin term, and when he came to the Congress or Senate, like all the senators are grilling him on that. Are you connected with the Chinese Communist Party? Are you a Chinese Communist Party sponsored company? And all Zhou Shouzhi said was, "I'm Singaporean. I serve in the Super Singaporean military, so I'm totally not tied to the Chinese Communist Party." And is TikTok bad? Very likely, because it came from a place that I feel like the media is bad. I feel like the media is bad, and well, the cost continue again for since I think the media is bad. Hopefully not, but it is, very obvious that we can say that, because you hardly see any interviews on Chinese media industry that is like really ingrained in people's mind. And people all watch the interview of where one interviewer, like Chris Wallace's father, interviewed China's former leader. And yeah, I see the vibrancy in his interview. And back then, Chinese leaders were actually going on those interviews like we have never seen right now. So it was actually impressive back then. China was like that. But let's say, you see the Chinese leader who is very chill, Zhang Zhuxi, and just laughing with the interview viewer person, and just telling them that how great China is, and also showcasing some his personal feature. Chinese leaders are sort of like Anthony Blinken. He actually sings or play a violin in one occasion. Like the former leader of China were like that. That's how people sing. This is a stereotype of them. I think it's a stereotype, and they just play something that's very really lovable persona. And I should start talking about this. I really should. Politics, I can get really engaged and lucky on that, but it's not good for me. It's not good for me. So I'll just leave it right here. The point what I was trying to make is that this is such a big problem in China in terms of individual success is just tied to the family. This is just such a big issue, bro. Man, like the word of bro is bad, right? The use of bro. I feel like there's too many people that are using the word bro right now, but it's not enough of a credibility to call him bro. It's just polite words right now. Like you just saying bro to be polite, and I think I should stop using the word bro and start using the word, let's say, body. Is probably not too much of a good choice that's used in speaking when you are just trying to connect with people. I think the better one is just really the person's name, and that's the best way. In Russia and North Korea, politics okay to talk about. His politics definitely not okay in North Korea. Sometimes one can talk about different situation and still get a point across. Yeah, bro, you're right. Oh, you are so resourceful and smart, bro. You're so resourceful and smart, bro. Yeah, we can use Russia, but yeah, after we have said this, I think still it can just become obvious that we can just use a different situation to get a point across. So probably I should have just watched it first without just saying that. And Russia is an interesting country because, I really don't know how things work because there's people that oppose Putin that got assassinated. Shout out to Navalny. Navalny, you're such a fucking awesome person, courageous person. You stand up for what you think is corrupt, and you have the chance to just stay your life in America and enjoy it, but you choose to come back to Russia, and they're fucking coward, put you into jail, and just did some nasty, dark, shady thing to you. So I want to give a shout out to the Russian democracy fighter, Alex Navalny. That's his name. I remember it correct. But as meantime, I think if people in Russia just commented on YouTube, Putin sucks. Probably people Russia would not arrest them. So yeah, in North Korea, it's just totally different. Like if anything, I think even in private discussion mentions that Kim Jong Un is bad, there will be a snitch. That snitch to the supreme leader of North Korea, and the person who said those things about Kim Jong Un would face a serious consequence because we know that they're starving still right now in this day, 2025, in North Korea. As far as they always change with the generations as different favorites. Nothing wrong with bro. It seems anti-slang. It's a bit of a older colloquialism. I used to hear more in the 90s and 2000s in the USA. Yeah, bro. So, all right. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Although it just became a habit of mine where I feel like probably I shouldn't use it too much, but it became a habit of mine. So, if there's nothing wrong with this, let's just continue. If I have this habit ingrained in me, and I cannot change it in a short period. And in China, it's also the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. Like people just randomly call people, bro, in Chinese terms. The exact same meaning, literally, just bro. In Mandarin, 兄弟, just being polite. This colloquialism, and I use it quite often. And people who use it quite often. People just use it quite often in society. Russia was always a land power. I still things like when, where power prestige comes from land expansion, next door colonization. Right, bro. It's like the ancient dynasties of China where, those Mongolia just dynasties just conquer all throughout China and Asia and even in Europe. Maritime power tend to be trade focused and would apply the sword to protect that. Mutual benefit with a takeover possible in that system. Of course, maritime powers had their colonization phase, but largely it was still an economic thing. But talking about history, this thing is one thing that I think I have forgotten for the most part. My history grades in high school was decent, decent. Because history, I don't see it doesn't require too much of an IQ. You just learn too many. If you just memorize too many, you'll get a good grade. So I feel like I can really use my brain a lot to be as sharp as our friend, my fam, my bro, for all you guys. And now, right now, you know, as always, I'm gonna try to drink some water. Try to drink some water right now. So you will see the ceiling a little bit later, and a little bit later, the camera angle would resume back to what it was before because I'm trying to drink some water. So that's all about it. Coming back very soon. Bro, by the way, if I don't take sleeping pills, I think like staying up at say 3 a.m. I still be very awake. And so sleeping pill is something that I'm trying to take less, but still it just really makes me unable to live without it because actually you probably remember a couple times where I don't have sleeping pills and I would just stay up all day. And there was a very different phase of my life compared to now, where I face a lot of pressure in all aspects. So let me drink some water first before speaking so much. Yeah, I can see, bro, being China colloquialism like auntie and uncle. That's correct, brother. That's correct. I wish that there can be more bros in China, because now we're seeing a lot of idiots in China online. Because um, Chinese people are obsessed with social media, probably more heavily than people in the United States. Because TikTok is invented in China, like people invented this shit. Like people say social media is bad, Instagram, YouTube, all this Facebook stuff, which is quite ancient. But when TikTok came out of China, like the might it has unleashed on the world is just unmatched. So I see social media being very, very heavily relied on in Chinese society. Tonight, one auntie is coming to visit us because we live in these different districts in Chengdu City. No, wow, I'm even telling which city I'm living. I used to be very secretive about that because I know that those fucking snitches are just really eyeing for that. Right now, I make it just so open, like it is what it is. I live in Chengdu City, a suburb. You can just know where I live. So what you can do about it? Just report me back with another false accusation about since you did what I didn't do. You little punk, you little fat punk. Man, eating hot pot is always my favorite thing. Like I just can keep eating hot pot for days and days with no non-stop. And tonight, 1.5 hours later, we're gonna go out to eat a hot pot. My aunt is always the most generous person, the most lovable person, and I am just always on her invite list with his family gatherings. And I hope that my father doesn't talk too much shit tonight, because this is what he always does. bro, since streaming on YouTube was a thing that did later compared to when I was just initially making videos on YouTube. And then with those videos, I really pour my heart and soul into it. Although it was still me being kind of goofy and kind of too stiff, you know. I was just too stiff back then when I was doing videos. But I just really just pour all my energy into it, you know, because I do it by myself. Like I have no one to do this thing for me, like shooting. Yeah, I used to have a girlfriend. They helped me with shooting a little bit, editing, uploading, changing, all that stuff. Thumbnails, title. No, this is the process of making a video by yourself. So I just pump out like 2 or 3 videos uh, in a week probably, and I spend that week of my time to pump out those videos. And I was seeing a comment to say that I use the word pump out to think it's funny. I don't know. Like, is this I think this is a common usage of words because I have watched YouTube for long enough, and I see a lot of people. Not a lot of people, just one person uses it a lot. This why that's why I'm using it because I see one person a lot, and just like you guys have. Hey, Glitter. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Glitter. How you doing? Having a graceful morning. Good. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Glitter. Didn't expect to see you actually this time because I have just been riffing the whole time, and I just think I'm gonna riffing the whole time all by myself. Didn't actually expect to see you. So I'm glad to see you, and hope it's gonna be a great day for you. Hope it's gonna be a productive and awesome day, and lots of great things. I'm good. Hope you're good too. For I said, when the tech was even better to adopt. Here I am. Yes, the most vibrant, energetic Germany lady is here. So let's conquer the world. Let's make the cow just pump out milk by themselves. And recently, because a couple of people are saying that I'm like a rapper, sometimes I try to do those ridiculous rapper shit. Like what I was saying, like let's make the cows pump out milk by themselves. It was definitely an exaggerated, idiotic Chinese rapper shit, you know, because you know rap was popular in China, and there's a lot of rapper people, and I'm not one of them. But since people can sometimes misunderstood me as a rapper, I think I can take that role a little bit to say those idiotic things because it's what rappers do. In my opinion, like just fucking smoke some weeds and you just say a bunch of idiotic things in your mind after you take the weed. So there's some rapper I don't know. I don't know if it's weed or some other stuff that they are like you see the great music like Eminem's music. Like they spend so many time on one song, but what you see a lot is people like Lil Wayne or Lil Watts and Travis Scott. People like this, they are just putting out a lot of music, and they are just idiotic, and they also just slay it in the music industry as rappers. You know, all those American rappers with huge tattoos, which I think Trump doesn't like. I see him saying that he thinks that people coming into America are just bad people because that people that covered with tattoos all over their face, which I think is also quite strange. But at the meantime, he's just in touch with all those rappers. So, like, not all those rappers, just like Lil Pump, and Lil Wayne guy. So is Trump also like that? Like you also like people that's covering tattoos, which can be normal, but if you just like Aussie cover in their face, can be threatening because there's this NBA player, the Birdman, that was actually covered in tattoo, his whole face. He was playing with LeBron James, his Miami Heat, and later, since LeBron leave Miami, he played for other teams, and eventually, you know what he did? He came to play in China for the CBA, Chinese Basketball Association, and there's a lot of NBA players who came to play basketball in CBA. And you know, China can really be a country that people will go to when they lose their NBA career in the United States, when they you know have to go through a lot of things. But I think people would just not choose Thailand as China as their most favorable destination. In their heart, they probably would just pick Thailand first or Japan first. I don't know. Because hey, homie, yeah, but it's the same with German rappers. Oh, German rappers also like that. Just right, rappers are all like do like that. It's not about nationality. I don't like guys with tattoos in their face. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Speaking of, me too. Like speaking of people with tattoos on their face, actually saw a meme that was quite funny. Like when you're a lawyer and the person you are defending is obviously guilty, and it's just a lawyer trying to say, my client doesn't shoot people, he doesn't kill people, and 2 seconds later, the camera switched back to the client, and the client is a person with tattoo over his face, and the meme is called when your client is obviously guilty and you're still defending him, and there's just no way that you can make that work. So like people who use tattoos over his face just seem guilty, maybe. By the way, Glitter, let's all give a shout out to our homie Ferrari guy. Homie's awake over 3 a.m. back in the States, in another continent, and staying up late. For a long time, tattoos were associated with criminality, both in the US and Japan, reasonably and still can, but their view was also biased against creative artistic expression. That's right. That's right. Now there's less stigma, but there are such thing as gang tattoos. Yeah, gang tattoos are horrifying, bro. In China, tattoo is also stigmatized. You know, if you're going to military, if you want to join the military, and if you have tattoos on yourself, your body, and you went through a check, like, and the person still have tattoo, you cannot join the military. And my friend was trying to find work at first, the art broadcasting teacher. He was also really worried about his tattoos that will make people not hire him. So he actually went out to black out his tattoos, if that's the right word I'm using, to make his tattoos seem invisible. Just so it's the same thing. And I think that's what he did when he was young, and later when we became mature, and we just realized that in society like China, where tattoos can cause so much confusion and bias towards you. Like, even though you firmly believe that it's just pure artistic expression, because his tattoo is about his ex-girlfriend. It's always about ex-girlfriend. Fuck this. Why are we just mentioning the word ex-girlfriend so much? But for him, he doesn't seem to have a hard time because he has been through a couple relationships and he doesn't feel too much of a burden about his past relationships. and he's a very reliable man, and he's also a wild man. And because I mean, they are nice tattoos, but not in the face, on the hands. I don't know. I don't like it on these body parts. In Germany, sailors had tattoos in old time. So personally, I don't have tattoos. I don't have any artistic expression on me, and I wish I can have one. Because look at my hair. Like, I never tried to have a haircut in my whole life. To make the barber to make your hair mustache to try to all those kind of things. I never did it in my whole life, so my hair is always like this. Normal. This is the word I should use. And I don't have tattoos too. I think you try to go to the barber shop to make yourself a stylish looking haircut. It can be fucking sometimes the same thing as just getting a tattoo, because it's not really a big deal, unless you get it on your face, which can be threatening. So I think I'm just being too much of a good guy, good boy, in a sense, and I probably shouldn't. Because right now, as I'm getting older, I feel like there's this urge in me to want to get back all the missed things that I should not have missed in my young life, and probably that is artistic expression. Probably, if I have a tattoo, probably I would feel very good. What is that? A black thing in my room? Is that an insect? Let me check it out, guys. If I ever see an insect in my room, no matter what is it, I will try to kill that insect. It's not me being too brutal. It's just me personally. I'm actually a little bit scared of it if I just go to sleep with those insects alive, and those insects just come to enter my nostrils or mouth at night. This is one of my fears. So I hope it's not an insect, because I'm an insect killer. I'm not cool with these insects. I'm just not. Some people think it's cool. I don't even like to touch it. Touching insects can make me sick. So let me try to check it out. This is how I'm trying to be careful, not to, because of my knee injury, I cannot, just be too straight with my approach when I'm stepping on a ladder or just stepping out of bed. So I always try to do my best to alleviate the pressure that my knee may face. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not disabled. I'm just having injury, and I hope this injury will be repaired with the surgery in my lifetime. In my lifetime, that is probably too long. I hope it can happen sooner, because I should probably contact a friend of mine to ask him if he has any good suggestions. But the reason I don't ask him about my knee injury is because he works on surgery in the brain. He does all those neurological surgery in the brain. So I think he probably now is too good with the bone part, but probably he actually knows it way more than I could have possibly guessed, because he's a top medical student, and other doctors are just in my district hospitals are just way less prestigious as him, even he becomes a doctor. And like in Chengdu City, there is only one good hospital called Huaxi Hospital, and there was a hospital where people from all over Sichuan province come to make an appointment to see the doctors, because doctors in the hospital are just the best. And so in first-tier cities, Beijing, Shanghai, there are more better hospitals. So they have, like, let's say if you are a student from this place, Chengdu, or the other parts of Sichuan province, you send your kid go to Shanghai, and you have the same college interest immunization in Shanghai. Like, the kid from Sichuan is just way easier to go into a top college, or even just go into college, compared to where he has to just go through a college interest examination in his own province. So there's a innate difference and gap between developed regions and developed cities and undeveloped regions and undeveloped cities in China. Because your hair is okay, Bill. Hey, thank you, Peter. Actually, I'm trying to cut my hair recently, in the back and on the side, I'm gonna be looking good when I cut my hair. If I'm skinny, back then when I was skinny, whenever I cut my hair, I'm just so mind blown by how I can be just way more good looking than if I have like just this kind of hair, But now my hair is, like you say, is okay, it's okay. Like I said, is the rebellious and entertaining style in China, including crazier called 傻妹. Bro, actually, this is the first time I heard this jargon from you. 傻妹. You mean 傻, like, because 傻 in Chinese can be pronounced as 傻, which means dumped. And mate in this situation, I just think there is definitely an translation, default translation to it that's just getting us unable to understand the actual word of it. So I don't know, bro. And personally, not a big fan of rappers. Rappers, rap battle me. You can rap, I can rap too. Although I'm not a rapper, because think I'm a rapper, but actually I'm just not in a mood to rap battle, because probably I'm gonna get crushed. But probably not. Probably I really rap battle you. Getting a stylish haircut, getting a tattoo on your face. You think you are the shit, huh? You're a rapper, Chinese rapper. You him sing the real deal. I'm gonna crush you. Just chilling, just being a joke, guys. Hopefully this a little bit suicide of me coming out. Is your knee getting any better, Glitter? Hey, thank you for asking, Glitter. My knee is in the same situation. Even once when I sleep at night, I feel better, But in the daytime, it's the same, because when I sleep at night, I stretch my leg. My leg is in a straight position, so I don't feel too much bad thing. But when I walk, yesterday as I was actually walking a little bit at afternoon, and one of my friends who is going to Hong Kong to set up a Hong Kong stock account. He wants to change his life by trading instead of working, which I think is a good idea. And he actually studies that major, and he thinks that he has that ability. And I trust my friend. He's a good friend. And for most people, I think working is the only option. But for him, oh, bro, you come out with this word? Yeah, bro, it's called that. It's called 杀马特. That's how you pronounce it in Chinese. Yeah, it's like that, bro. And 杀马特, if we actually just translate the word more accurately, it actually means people that are just dumb and just fucking stylish in a not beautiful way, This is how people describe it, because back then there's people with like with this kind of extreme long hair and absolute straight long hair. Let me actually show you a picture of this thing, how this thing is actually looking like. Okay. Like this, bro. Like this. This is a word that you describe as people with this kind of hair. You feel me, bro? Yeah, punk. A kind of punk. Like this is it. This is it. But this kind of, we call them in a hilarious way, prestigious shamatör. Yeah, man, this haircut is fucking stupid. This haircut is fucking stupid. You know, like it's just almost funny, but people don't realize it, and they got themselves with this kind of haircut, bro. This is how it looks like. Actually, I want to listen to some music. Not in the last stream, because I played some music, I got banned, you know, copyright strike it. So this time, unfortunately, I cannot play the music with you guys. I can only listen to it a couple minutes later with myself, you know. Yeah, that's it. That's it, bro. That's the exact right word. And the Shamate word is actually the first time that I have seen like this, how it's translated in English. This is how I saw it in the first place. When we actually come out with the Chinese equivalent of that word. Well, guys, I get it. It's how punk came about in the UK. Two, lower class rebelling, creativity, anger, embracing who you are, bro. Like that's is really embracing who you are. I think when you have that kind of haircut, you're absolutely embracing the little very fiber of who you are. Because me personally, if I have the haircuts, I first would be just ridiculed by all of our friends, and actually because one middle school friend of mine who was posing or like all those mates style writing, you know, they have a unique style of writing. They are mates, shamateur. So I was actually just calling him a mate, calling her a mate. We're good friends, you know, so it's good, all cool. And because he just posts too many of those mates, but to be honest with you, he's a good friend. She's a good friend of mine. But other people who I see doing that, they're actually people that are actually Karens, you know, that posting that kind of shit. Because I have seen both sides of the spectrum. It's called Ryukai in Japan. Wow. The sad thing is that this kind of style has disappeared in China, in which I don't know if it has disappeared in Japan or UK too. I think it's the case, you know. Billie Eilish had a green haircut. Green hair, is it natural? Is that naturally his hair color? I don't know. Billie Eilish, the artist. And actually, I haven't listened to her song. I just recall her because she has a green hair. And I don't think people naturally grow green hair. But probably people do. It's just me that's really missing out on the whole picture. And yeah, I saw she can be representing that. She can be representing this kind of culture in a good way versus with her style, you know. They said, I was crazy totally for BKI guys when I was a little bit younger. Oh, yeah. Like when we were younger, yeah, I just feel like when we were younger, we are just crazy for people that we all just deemed to be a little bit silly. looking back at it right now, you know, when people were younger, I think their most favorite artist with style was actually Chris Wu, who is now in prison for sexualization of minors with minors. And before that, he was like the most good looking or the most attractive guys for girls, and people just think he's so attractive, which he is, you know, which he is. He's like 6'4", 6'3", yeah, 6'4", I think is his height. And he was skinny and he was looking really handsome. And he came out the Korean pop band. And there's a couple other Chinese artists also critics the Korean pop band to join with him. And Chris Wu, I saw wants to talk with other people who jump off the Korean pop art band. He said like Chris Wu is the person that gets the most attention probably because he's so tall, but in the meantime he's just so good looking. Don't know if you guys know what Chris Wu looked like. And his style is not too charmate, but a little bit when he was in that Korean pop band at first. Is that right? Pop band? Is that right word? That's actually what I'm singing right now. If I'm using the wrong word, then I'm really just being so embarrassing because that means my English level is just pop art band. I think it's the same. If I use it wrong, that means I'm really just a retard in English. So I hope I didn't use it wrong. And he's not in prison, bro. Like, and he's going back to prison when he went back to Canada to continue his sentencing in Canada, bro. This is such a sad thing, you know. 10 years in prison in China, and when he finished it sentencing in China, and he being a Chinese but being a Canadian at the same time, he immigrated to Canada in the first place. So by the time he went out, Justin Trudeau will not be the Prime Minister of Canada. And today just saw on the news that Justin Trudeau just retaliating against Trump's tariffs. Just saying that he's imposing tariffs on U.S. goods too. So, man, love or hate Justin Trudeau, you know, he's standing up for Canada. You know, people might think Canada is a part of U.S. or stuff like that, but he's standing up for Canada. He's saying Canada is not for sale. So, just still a lot of people hate him, hate Justin Trudeau, and there is probably a reason for that. And when I see the news today, and look down the comment section, people are really actually giving him salutes and appreciation instead of just saying that Justin, you are just POS and get out of Canada, stuff like that. And by the way, why a handsome person like Justin Trudeau is in the same predicament that an old person with dementia, Joe Biden, is in the same situation where most of their country's people just don't like them. It's sad. And Justin Trudeau is just so good looking. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, aside from politics, he's just so amazingly good looking. Why? You're just so handsome, Justin. But people don't like him. But like I said, in the 50s, it was greasers who told the older generation to loosen up. They say, yes, right. And there are various flavors of pop music popular. Most of them derive from rock and roll, although there is country pop too. Rock in the US became pop with, for example, Michael Jackson, and the term pop started being applied to all kinds of popular genres, J-pop, Korean pop, pop rap, etc. Bro, like this is what I actually know so little about. With your information, actually know more about. So, bro, thank you for always being so. All right, guys. My father is asking me to go, and I was trying to use the word so widespread in your knowledge. No, not another word, right? Widespread. So whole in your knowledge, so deep in your knowledge, bro. So as I said, I'm gonna go out for a haba because one of my aunts is coming to visit my aunt, and we're gonna have this time. Although I think it's a little bit too early, it's my father being crazy. That's why I think so. It's only 5 p.m., just 5 p.m. right now. So what I'm gonna do is that I am gonna wrap up this stream. How? All right. I'm gonna wrap up the stream, so guys. I'm gonna see you guys later. Hope you guys all have a great day. Have great sleep, my friend Farenga, especially you. Have a great day of sleep and a new day. And Glitter, hope you have a great one too. In Germany, in US, in China, in Australia. Let's all have a great one. So guys, I'll see you guys later. And if you want to support the channel, you can support the channel with the links in the description. And I would really appreciate for that because I'm going through an injury that's disabled me. And I will thank you guys so much if you support me with that. So I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace out, fam.